Let's talk a little more football here. And I had not heard these comments from Deion Sanders, but wow, some eye-opening thoughts from Deion and how he looks at recruiting. So Zay, let's play these thoughts. This is he's interviewing with Rich Eisen and NFL Network. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, Deion Sanders and how he looks at a couple different positions when it comes to recruiting. Here we go.
Quarterbacks are different.
Yeah.
We want mother, father, dual parent.
Mm-hmm.
We want that kid to be 3-5 and up because he's got to be smart.
Mm-hmm.
Not bad decisions off the field at all
Mm-hmm.
because he has to be a leader of men. Like O-lineman, I look for dual parent homes.
Right.
A strong father that they adhered to.
Right.
Smart kid, at least 3-3 and above. Lineman, defensive lineman is totally opposite.
What do you mean?
Single mama. Trying to get it. He's on free lunch. I'm talking about just trying to make it. He's trying to rescue mama.
Did you notice none of that laughter was Rich Eisen?
I don't know Rich Eisen's laugh.
I don't think Rich Eisen was laughing through that.
Really?
I think he was trying to I think he was a little taken aback by those comments. So, Zay, we'll start with you. What did you think immediately when you heard that from Deion?
I hear exactly what he's saying. I understand what he's saying. He does have a point. I don't think he should have said it because now you could flip it. It goes back to these black quarterbacks are too dumb to learn the playbook kind of racism look, which he didn't say anything about color.
He did not.
I admit that. He did not. But that's what it reminded me of. Like that when he talks about when he looks for in a quarterback, 2-parent household, make sure everything's together, make sure everybody's buttoned up, 3.5 GPA and stuff. Most of the time in if you're looking at just straight being a stereotype, that's been the white quarterback. And when he talks about these defensive linemen, single parent, just trying to make it, free lunch and stuff, I get what he's saying, but it's a tricky thing to address. But I don't think he should be in trouble for it. I think a lot of it is true, but I also, if you wanted to flip it in a negative light, like I just did, you can.
Could you interpret what he said on some level as I need my quarterbacks and offensive linemen to be kind of more together and controlled, and I don't care if certain guys on defense are crazy?
Yeah.
Is that kind of where he was headed with some of that?
Basically.
The other quick question I would ask is that I just thought of in the last couple hours since we heard this the first time. What if Saban or Dabo said that?
Ooh.
Do they get to? Two of the best coaches in college football. And if they said exactly what he said and they did not mention race, would people get on Nick Saban and Dabo and say, whoa, easy, hold on, stop? Because you're saying when Deion said it, you thought of race.
Mm-hmm.
So would people let Nick or Dabo get away with that? Because I'm not sure what that reaction would be.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I mean, for Nick's sake, he's won championships with black quarterbacks. Like Jalen Hurts has been a quarterback for him, so he's won with that. But it wouldn't be good.
Yeah. Somebody texted, so Deion saying he wouldn't have recruited Vince Young.
That's what I'm saying. Like you ain't recruiting LeBron James? That's single parent.
Right. Well, and the other thing I would bring up, like it's a weird thing to go with that. The 2-parent, and then with the offensive lineman to say 2-parent and 3.3 GPA with a strong father figure that you adhere to. And I thought, okay, that makes you a better left tackle?
I don't know.
That makes you a better guard?
I don't know what he meant by offensive line. I know they have to be smart, and they usually are the smartest players on the team.
You're 5 guys working as one unit.
Mm-hmm.
I get all that stuff. But here's the other thing I thought of. When I think of the greatest of the greats that I've seen at quarterback throughout my life, and I think of names like Brady, Aaron Rodgers, you think of a Steve Young, I think of McNair in his prime. I think of whoever it is. Now you got with Hurts, Mahomes, whatever. A lot of times there's a chip on their shoulder created by something So couldn't I make an argument that, like, well, I want a quarterback who's got a crazy situation because he's trying to get out of his situation? It was a weird place to go specifically with quarterbacks. Now, isn't it also true that the guy that's coming with him from Jackson State to be his isn't that his son?
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know this. Is Deion in a two-parent situation with his son?
I don't know if he's still with his son's mother. I have no idea.
Because that I don't know. If he is.
But clearly, like, he's to that point to where he's well off.
Yeah.
Like, you know that he's going to be educated due to Deion and the coin that he has. And putting them in, like, private schools and this and that.
And I think certainly you can get the point of certain guys on your football team, you certainly want them to be smart. You want them to have a certain awareness of what the situation is. So him talking about GPAs there, it's just something I have not heard many coaches get that specific with. So if you're a fan out there, just what do you think of it? You could be the parent of a current player. You could be a current player. Do you hear that as honesty, refreshing from Deion, or do you hear it as a little too much of his truth came out in that comment?
I think he was honest because, I mean, again, he didn't mention race. So I do need my quarterback to be smart. And on the defensive side, I do need some guys to be a little out there, a little off the rocker.
To want to go destroy like they have to destroy. But can't you be, I mean, this would be fascinating to hear from guys like, Acho brothers that came from a two-parent situation and were about as intelligent as any football players we've ever heard from or been around over the years. But they were both able to be destructive when they needed to be.
Like Richard Sherman's probably going to go to the Hall of Fame.
Right.
Stanford guy.
Yeah.
Super educated.
I think J.J. Watt's
super polished.
Did J.J. Watt's parents get along? I think they lived
Pretty
together.
Sure, yeah.
Right? So, yeah, that's a little it is stereotypical in a way. Maybe not even in a way. It's a stereotypical way to look at it. That would lead. I mean, to me, the grades could be important. Grades can be different no matter what. You can have the worst home situation that has ever been and end up in school and be a badass. That part I get for Deion to say, hey, man, the guy I'm snapping the ball to every time, he's got to be smart. Football smart. I got to have him understand the situation. I get it. But what's going on in his house at that moment might not determine that.
For sure. And you mentioned Dabo. Like, Dabo had Deshaun Watson, so he's won black quarterbacks too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Jalen Hurts, would Nick Saban have recruited him if he wasn't a coach's son?
Yeah.
You never know. You just don't know those things. Like Patrick Mahomes, his dad played in the league for baseball.
Somebody texted, Dabo would get canceled in a hurry. Nick can almost say whatever he wants. Jalen Hurts came from a two-parent home, though.
Yeah. Two-parent home, house with the coach. It's easy.
It did. I think the more interesting discussion as football continues to evolve, it's the discussion you had earlier with LeVar Ball. I think the discussions about when that athletes and men and women that have played a sport get together with another man or woman that might have played a sport, and they're both very successful in every way. And they get together and they have children. The St. Brown family we mentioned earlier and some of the Watt family. And now you've got this structure behind it. And then it ends up producing multiple, either good or sometimes badass athletes. That's always been really interesting to me and how that can continue to feed on itself. I don't know if I would just look for that, though, where it's like, Deion, he's got a 75% completion percentage. The kid is amazing. Single parent home? Yep. Nope. We don't want him. Sorry.
Yeah. That's a
little weird.
It is an ignorant thing to say. Do I think some of the things that he said were true? Absolutely. But yeah, only Deion could say that and nothing happened.
And it's also interesting in that if I want to build, if I'm building my offensive line, don't I need a left tackle, let's say, that does have some nasty about him?
Yeah.
If he comes from a weird, crazy situation where...
Did you see the way Trent Williams did old boy in the NFC Championship game? Best tackle in the league.
Oh, my God.
Getting kicked out of the game.
Somebody brought
dirty as hell.
The Bosa brothers. There you go. Somebody said, I doubt Prime is talking about those criteria are there, but they're always... exceptions.
Yeah, the Bosa brothers, they ain't all there. They ain't all there. That's a prime example. Talk about low GPA or whatever. I don't know what it takes to get into Ohio State, but something happened because old Nick Bosa, we tackled the ball. And, Coach Ryan did a good job. We got ball, went to ball, I intercepted, got sacked. That's how Nick Bosa be talking. So race definitely don't matter. That's what I'm saying. Race definitely don't matter.
The football intelligence part of it might matter. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, I got you.
You got it, you don't.
I got you. And we would have to admit, there are positions on a football team at the college level where if you're trying to figure out where to put the person that is in a certain situation academically, personality-wise, communication-wise, all of that, you might have somebody, and obviously how the physical part of it lays out, you might have them leaning towards one position over another. I think that's some of the stuff Deion's talking about. Maybe it got a little too specific. We shall see. I love the comment about Dabo and Nick, though. Dabo would get canceled. Nick can say whatever he wants.
So you mentioned the Acho brothers. Shout out to our guy E. Rains at Coke FM. He just texted me.
Yep.
Emmanuel Acho, he commented on this on TikTok.
Oh, did he?
So I'm going to try to go find that during the break and see what he says. We know he's not going to cuss. He's too professional, so I don't got to edit that out.
Yeah, I guess my mind ultimately goes to badass defensive players that I could think of, really good players at the defensive level. Like another one that comes to mind is Myron Rolle. Remember Myron at Florida State? He was a Rhodes Scholar. Went to Oxford, and I think now he is a surgeon of some sort.
Yeah, I think he's been on B&E talking about that.
Dude, it's like whole world, another level, and he was on the destructive side of the ball. It can be done. It can certainly be done. Do you have to, I'm sure, talk yourself to that point? Yeah, but that's kind of what football is about. No matter where you are in a football game, you have to get yourself keyed up to go out there, and in a lot of situations, you're risking yourself, your body to do stuff. Just like there may be some that Deion would say is in one category, we could also talk about the guys that are in this, in another category where they are badass students and they come from two-parent homes and all that.
Yeah, not every brother that throws the pigskin is Jamarcus Russell and lies about watching game film. You don't have to worry about that with every brother that plays quarterback.
You think when Bryce Young says he watches game film, he's telling the truth?
I think he's telling the truth, yeah.
He probably is.
Now, guys like Jamarcus Russell and Kyler Murray, they don't help the situation one bit. And if you look at Kyler, you could blame the Oklahoma/Texas A&M education that he got for the way he be acting.
Oh, how dare you. How dare you. Pew, pew, pew. How dare you.
Too easy, baby.
How dare you.
Pew, pew.
You know what the problem was there? It was the two-parent household got him. That's the problem.
Yeah, helicopter dad. That's what got him. Helicopter pop.
Oh, he definitely had the helicopter going on. There's no doubt about it. I can't speak for his mother. I do not know exactly what she's
probably a classy lady.
I don't know what she's like day to day. We've gotten a pretty good idea what Kevin Murray's been about over the years. All right, there's some interesting Deion comments. We'll see if those continue to be discussed as Combine Week rolls on, or do those just fade away? But Deion's got a specific way of looking at it at Colorado.